Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It On.
Right.
I did forget to speak to someone in the Temple of Abaddon. We'll head back there and have a little chin wag. And after that, we'll finish exploring Stalwart again. Mosca. Okay, now you're just pissing me off. She slams her forehammer down on the unfinished blade with a loud clang. Straighten out, darn you. Temper Masca. The older priest glares at Masca reproachfully. Sorry, master. It just slipped out. He takes a deep breath and releases it slowly. Why'd you decide to become an acolyte of Abaddon? It's family tradition, one I've managed to keep going. She glares at the unfinished sword on her anvil. Barely. I better get back to it before Master Egram gets annoyed with me. What's wrong with the sword? Where to begin? She gestures at the rapidly cooling lump of iron on her anvil. For one, I can't manage to shape the metal no matter how hard I try. Master Engrim says envision a sword, so I'm envisioning really hard. I think I'm ending up with a club. Maybe a mace if I'm lucky, but no sword. My work doesn't improve soon. They'll kick me out of the temple. Can't be a priest if you're not a proper smith. Unless you help me. Masca glances around. I'm not a blacksmith. Oh, that's not the kind of help I'm asking for. I snuck a peek at Master Engrim's lore books. Came across a ritual that can enchant a forge hammer to boost smithing skill. That's exactly the kind of edge I need. I've already completed the first part of the ritual, crafting the hammer. Unfortunately, the next two parts require travel to the Deerwood, and there's no way Master Engrim will let me leave anytime soon. Isn't crafting using a magical forge hammer unethical? I'm not trying to show anyone up. I just want to appear competent. You know, buy myself time until I'm actually competent. Okay, I'll complete the forge hammer ritual for you. That's great. He hands you a forge hammer. The hammer actually turned out alright. The first place you'll need to go is the Shrine of Abaddon and Crucible Keep. That's in the First Fires District in Defiance Bay. I've never been there myself. Just place the hammer at the shrine, and it should get blessed. Or something. After that, you need to find the Shrine of Mogren in Mogren's Fork. It's not far from Defiance Bay. The north of the city, I think. Do the same thing with the hammer at that shrine, then head back here. Farewell.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's going to be on hold until we can enter Defiance Bay again. Because I have other business at Crucible Keep as well, I think. I'm pretty sure it doesn't tell you which blacksmith to go to. And we have a couple options, and potentially more. Let me just check.
Huh?
There might be a blacksmith at Durgan's Keep that can do it.
Sure.
So I want to see how this helmet looks. I'm gonna have a lot of equipment shuffling I have to do. Just tuck all this away for now, so I don't have to look at it. Go, nice clean inventories. Yeah, after this part of the DLC, we're gonna sit down and go through all of our equipment And re-equip everybody.
Steady does it.
And optimize our attribute bonuses as well. I'm gonna hold off on Renting Guild's house for now. I don't have any more bounties. Yeah, someone else is taking your job from you.
You really did it! I mean, people have always come through here, talking about opening the battery, claiming the White Forge, all that. But I didn't think anyone would ever really manage it. I told Renegild I'd be willing to help with getting the mines back in order. You know, do my part. Figure we can turn this place around, now that you've laid the foundation. Hey there. Let me know if you need anything. Sure, ask away. Not sure what I can tell you, though. I haven't been here half as long as most.
I didn't read that because we've asked him this before, I think. I had some questions. Who are you?
Me? Well, I used to build houses. These days I do this and that. Get work at the fishery sometimes, mending nets. Right now I'm helping with the stockades. The ogre. I'm from Ina's Rest. I heard some business went down with Lord Radric. Might have ended up tithing to you instead if I were still there, my lord.
Airfall cracks a grin. So this we've heard before, I think. It's outdated. The ogres didn't just destroy the stockades like last time we were here. Let's see if the Stalwart dialogue is new. What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Truth is, I couldn't care less about the town, or the mines. But I like the people. Hardy bunch, living up here in the cold. Shame most of them have packed up. Figure they deserve better. And, well, you've given them a chance at that. So, you know, thanks for what that's worth. Right.
Okay. Yeah, pretty sure none of that dialogue was new, except for maybe that very last line with the asking who he was. I remember him mentioning Lord Radric last time. It's also a very minor detail, so I probably forgot.
Someone has to do something.
Back to talk
Piss off, Kern. I got enough problems.
Yeah.
the guy's voice. I'll be back to speak to Kern in a second. I'm gonna clear out these rooms back here.
Yes?
We'll turn around and go this way. We'll grab that
I'm
gold.
here.
Guess I'll grab this as well.
Right here. Good thing I'm freshly greased.
As you say.
Actually goes it this way, doesn't she? Yeah. I should keep turning around this way.
Yeah.
I don't need the money. What's up, Kern? Decades I've lived here. We've worked and drunk together, and not a one of them will lift a finger. This dwarf's face is damp and blotchy. His outburst seems to be to take something out of him. He sags, his line features showing his exhaustion. I'm sorry, but no heart for conversation. Sure, someone in here will drink to your health. What happened? I've done something terrible, and I'm not sure I can fix things. This neighbor of mine, Hadi, we never gotten on at the best of times. With this land dispute, losing half my property, things have gotten out of hand. Tell me about this feud. It's gotten ugly more than once. I'm not proud of it. My family's owned land here for generations. Hadi's father settled the land nearby some years back. Whoever drew up the deed, they sold land that wasn't theirs to sell. Things up here aren't like in Defiance Bay. There's no Duke, no Hall of Records. It's been a fight since, in any case. It seemed important yesterday. I'm not so sure anymore. We'll go on. I was drowning my sorrows, here in the inn. There was a stranger, Eviston or Seviston, obviously from out of town. We got to talking. He's all smiles. Says he's a paladin. He'll sort Hottie out for me, get my land back, if I give him the week's wages. I didn't know he was a bleak walker, a madman. I was half drunk, thought Keviston meant he'd speak on my behalf. Put a scare into Hottie, not kill him. So you got lucky. I tried to call him off once I realized. He laughed, said that doesn't happen. Please, you've got to help me. Nobody else here is willing to take him on, even for the coin I'm offering. The Goldpack Knights, your lot, they're sensible. They don't understand me changing my mind, right? I love gold. What? Oh yes, of course. I'll pay you. I'll give you what the Bleak Walker asked for. Yeah, putting down a Bleak Walker costs extra. Yes, that's fair. You can have this in advance, if you'll do it. Hottie lives out east, in Whitestone Hollow. Please hurry. I love gold. So I didn't ask a lot of the other options, because I really wanted to use the Goldpack Knight option, because it's only popped up 3 times. And I've only gotten to use it twice now. I never meant for any of this to happen. Farewell.
Yeah.
Because it was in the beginning in Gilded Vale with the woman. You want us to get the poultice from the Amoa in Anslog's Compass. We had the option with Radric, but I'd already agreed to take out Radric, I think. I may have left some wiggle room and not directly agreed to help out the other guy, but Radric had to go. And then this time. Ugh, I thought I ordered ale. You might have brought me the dishwater by accident. He sighs. Maybe on purpose. You can never tell. What brings you to Stalwart? Represent a group of investors from Defiance Bay who are attempting to establish a trade agreement with Stalwart. Before they're willing to commit to any agreement, they want to have the town assessed. Make sure it's as prosperous as people are claiming. That's where I come in. Takes a long sip from her mug. What's your assessment of the town? There's certainly a lot of coin changing hands. Whether this is simply a short-lived boom or something that will persist long-term remains to be seen. Farewell. So you really found the White Forge, huh? He shakes his head in wonder. Only believed it at first. I've never seen Running Guild so giddy about anything. He cracks a crooked grin.
Here, drinks on me. We should see a boost in business with the battery open. Makes for a brighter future than we had yesterday, for sure.
Hey, I'm ready to soul again. I couldn't do that with the guy outside.
Top quality bear.
Let's go ahead and get this fantastic buff here. Barrelt. Prestigious visitor, leaving in 8 days, 23 hours. A Barrelt, an Adherent dignitary, has arrived at the stronghold. He requests your aid with an upcoming meeting with representatives of the Fisher Crane tribe near the Thane Bog. Is that someone I can just escort? Okay. Check in with our...
Thanks again. I'll be gone just as soon as the weather clears.
Well, you might be out of luck. It's been a while. Hey, you're back. Thought you're done with this place. We certainly thought we were. Turns out, New Hiamar is a bit of a piss heap. Well, that and Stalwart turned out to be not so bad, after a while. You know, army scuffling over the battery aside. Still playing games? Get to enjoying the simple things up here. Not that the practice has done him any good. Alright, not gonna play with him again because I was not very good at it.
on the hunt.
Right here.
Alright, let's try this again.
Zawa is ready.
Guys are really good at perceiving me. Fine. I don't have a lot of stealth anyway.
Huh?
Never use the stuff. Well, well. Can't go around calling you Ogre Slayer anymore, can I? Forge Master, maybe? He grins. What can I do for you? Alright, so we get to hunt down another paladin. On our first scuffle with other paladins. It's our first Bleak Walker, though. Killed a few Goldback Knights and I think Darkozy paladins. As far as I know, there weren't any kind wayfarers or...
I've met a few of your kind, but you're nothing like I expected.
Really? And what exactly were you expecting? Savage animal-like behaviors? Maybe that I would just talk in growling noises?
I was talking about you being a follower of WoW.
Can I just finish my rant, please? It's hard to stop midway through.
It's pronounced wow? I like wow more, because it sounds like why. He's the god of mysteries. Read all of that before. Nothing new here. Okay. Her son's gone. It isn't the hero of the White Forge. Renegade nods in greeting. She looks more relaxed than you've ever seen her. You come back to check in on your handiwork. Or are you just here to wish me a happy retirement? Why did you retire? She stretches. I've had enough of politics and town quarrels for this lifetime. When Tarfos told me he was tired of the mines, I asked if he was ready to really get his hands dirty. She smiles. I almost feel sorry for the guy. Farewell.
Yeah.
Alright, well. She's living large, but no longer in charge. So I was going to do Renegild's house last, but I forgot about Thirsk. Actually get to attempt a bounty. We need to speak to this guy again.
The Iron Flail has folk up in arms about foreigners, and not just raid Sarens. I'm hoping everyone will settle down once they're dealt with.
Gives you a tight frown. I wanted to ask you about something.
Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can.
He shrugs. Tell me about the Iron Flail.
They heard about the White Forge and came running. Just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons. As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raid Ceres, well, that's saying something.
What brought you to Stalwart?
Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came.
There seems to be a lot of tension around town.
Before you opened Durgan's battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running.
He laughs humorlessly.
A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back.
He begins ticking items off on his fingers.
We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town.
He shakes his head.
I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarma when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here.
He sighs, and a steaming cloud escapes his lips.
I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the iron flail is gone.
That's all. Right. Speak with Thirsk. Check out the eastern side of town. And then decide where we're going to go next. Pretty sure we spoke to everybody after that point. What's up, buddy?
Welcome. Have a seat by the fire if the cold's gotten into your bones. Coming to your once, perhaps.
I can read his soul. Oh wait,
Have
I've
a
done that
seat
before.
by the fire if coming to your elders for advice, is it? It has. Not every.
Yeah. Ungraze out.
Yeah.
That was odd. Pretty sure it was the same description as the first page of dialogue options.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to the mines now. Lumps of iron ore fill the cart. Scattered pots of yellow powder blotch the surface of the barrels. A stench of sulfur lingers in the air. There a... might be new as well. Yeah, fresh coals lie at the bottom of the smelter. Oh, yeah, this guy was talking. Tarfos. Run for mayor, they said. It's an easy job, they said. I should have stayed in the mines. He notices you... Excuse me. He notices you approach, and his eyes widen. Donald, brings you back to Stalwart. You're always welcome here. He beams at you. How's Stalwart doing these days? We've rebuilt. The western palisade is fixed, and some fancy merchants set up shop where Katie's house used to be. He gestures at the temple. We've also got a proper temple to Abaddon again. Never understood why the Andrites stuck around Stalwart in the first place. I'm pretty busy, so unless there's something else. What was that about a negotiation? There's a group of merchants from Defiance Bay interested in a trade agreement with Stalwart. The representative Nesta is staying at the Griff's Rest. I've been avoiding her because I have zero experience with treaties and contracts and all that. I was a miner, not a diplomat. Maybe you could talk to her on my behalf. He looks at you hopefully. As mayor, I'll give you full authority to negotiate on Stalwart's behalf. What makes you think I'd do any better than you in a negotiation? You're the hero of Stalwart, the man who reclaimed the White Forge. Of course you do better than me. I could talk to Nesta then. Thank you. As I said earlier, you can find her in the Grief's Rest. Well, farewell. Gonna knock this out real quick. Then we'll check out the mines before we leave town for the first time, or second time. Getting pretty close to leveling up again. Please sit. She looks around the tavern. I could use the company. Tarfo sent me. I'm here to negotiate the trade treaty on Stalwart's behalf. Finally, I was beginning to wonder if Tarfos had forgotten about me entirely. My first stop is Stalwart's fishery. My clients are concerned its liability to Stalwart's prosperity. I'll meet you outside its front door. I have to chase her around town. That's annoying. But I see the point of this quest. I guess it's to take you back around to look for changes. I say that, it's only the first stage of the quest. I'm assuming that's what it's for. Hey, look at all this new stuff that's in Stalwart now. Gods, it's freezing out here. Let's get this over with quickly. I go inside the fishery. That smell... ugh. I'm also regretting having the fish stew at the inn. One of the fishermen said they found a body in one of the barrels once. I knew he was going to say something. If you have a more uncomfortable place to nap, I'm willing to accept suggestions. According to the town's records, fishery doesn't export much these days. Why do they keep it open? It's a necessary drain on resources better spent on the White Forge and the mines. Closing down the fishery could help convince investors that Stalwart is serious about maintaining its prosperity. The fishery helps keep Stalwart self-reliant. Less expenses in acquiring outside food. That's a pragmatic answer. I'll see that the fishery remains open, should any objections against it be raised. I'd like to have spoken to the head fisherman, but it seems he was run out of town. Normally, that would be of great concern to the investors, but it seems that the fishery is prospering in his absence. Oh well. I'll be heading over to the Stalwart mines next. My clients are concerned about the security and safety of the mines. Meet me there when you're ready. Oh, cool. It's going to take us to the mines anyway. That's our next stop after this quest, so let's get expedited a little bit. Say she meet us inside the mine or out? She said outside of it. Check down here with Tarfos real quick. I guess she's inside.
No, please! You've got the wrong man! I don't remember any of this!
Quiet! We'll get the truth out of you soon enough. Take him away!
Foreman Ismay. A stern-faced woman approaches you. Her already massive frown is only emphasized by her slight underbite. She folds her arms. Nesta mentioned someone would be coming along. Be careful where you wander. These mines are still crawling with all sorts of pests. We haven't been able to clear them out yet. Of course, you have experience with that sort of thing, I hear. Guess we have you to thank for opening the battery. I'm Ismay, the foreman. I've been keeping busy around here, since the battery's fires were lit. A little busier than I'd like, sometimes. But what's going on here? Things are hard enough around here with the local wildlife. Last thing we needed to deal with was a murder, of all things. Tell me about this murder. Probably saw a Gamel getting carted off. Found him by the body of another miner, Samuth. We've lost quite a few miners recently. Most just vanished. Samuth's the first corpse to stick around. We have caught Gommel, but we haven't been able to find the bodies. I need someone to look into it for me. I've got my hands full just trying to keep this place from falling apart. You find out what's happened to my miners, and I'll set aside a cut of our next payment for you. What do you know about the victim Samuth? Poor Samuth. His body's up the tunnel to the east. Folks say you've got a knack for making sense of corpses. Like the Dunreed Rose sorts, right? Or sorry, Dunreed. Finally found out how that was pronounced. Tell me about Gamel. Don't know him so well, so they never pegged him for a killer. I'd say you're better off questioning him for yourself. See if he'll tell you where he stashed the corpses. I'll look into it. I appreciate the help. We certainly need it. I have a few questions for you. Sure thing. What do you want to know? How are the mines holding up? The beasts aren't going away anytime soon. Now that Gamel's gone and killed somebody, folks are probably starting to think we should just abandon these tunnels again. Why are these mines so important? The demand for ore's gone up since you opened up the battery. Everyone wants their own shiny piece of Durgan steel. Thing is, the battery was hit pretty hard by the tremors. With the battery mines collapsed, we're the only game in town. About those missing miners. I've already read both of these. Alright.
Yeah.
Whispers in the dark. Okay, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we will begin exploring the mines. It's like a full-fledged dungeon, but some of it's populated by NPCs. Either way, for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.